Well, we have a small amount of quarters and even a shorter amount of time to get these 3 mega structures down inside the coin pusher. Today's going to be an action pack from beginning to the end. And as if that was not enough, the cat's out of the bag today, guys. There's been an issue going on up here for a while now, and it kind of explains the reason why my regular videos have been delayed. And it's starting to come to a head, so we'll go over that, but it involves all the making of a good story. Greed and theft and all the above, so you're not going to miss that. But let's go ahead and get to the subject in hand. We have 3 mega towers going on with gold, cash, even got the cash bag in the back, the mystery bag. Today cost me $1,500. I need to try to get these 3 towers to come down. Always a fun objective. Chances to quadruple my money today. Just don't have a lot of quarters and a lot of time. So my idea is this is absolutely the most flimsy of them all. So if I can get this one to come down, unfortunately they have it leaning somewhat to the left, but if I can get it to come down and knock it and to kind of do a chain of events, then I get the ×3 option, which whatever I win is ×3 the amount. Now the downfall to it, if I just get down 2 towers, I get nothing. I just get what I win. I have to get all 3 down for that to be a thing. Oh, come on, baby, come on. Oh, okay, maybe that's going to go backwards instead of forwards. Oh, huge push forward. Man, finger's not working. Oh, this should be a big one. Oh, man. Well, I guess that is a bag, not necessarily a strong object. I don't know what's been going on with this, but it's been happening a lot, especially on my TikTok lives. And I think the reason why it's happening on TikTok lives is they traditionally go longer than the other ones, but quarters have been getting stuck, and I will say they've, oh, it's not fully down, but that is partially down. I'm going to run out of time before I run out of quarters, just because once this gets up here, as long as I make it through the first part of it. Anyway, so that's the reason why at this moment I'm playing traditional, and then I'll switch over to the faster way of playing, which to me is not as fun. Although if you're impatient, it is definitely faster paced, but just not as fun. All right, let's go down here and collect. That was my last quarter, by the way. All right, so there was the first collection, guys. So you all don't get fed up, I'm gonna feed you bits and pieces of this story throughout today's video. But you may have noticed, if you're watching this on YouTube, that man, Josh has not been uploading regular. Like, used to be every Monday, Wednesdays, Saturdays, and now he's all over the place, and sometimes he puts 3 videos right beside each other. Well, there's a reason, and it's not just laziness. There is a reason due to circumstances. that were beyond my control. I'm going to tell you all a story coming up, and then I'm going to tell you about this story today. I worked in EMS majority of my life, my adult working life. I started off gaining an interest into the fire and EMS right out of high school, which for me, I went to homeschool my last years and graduated early, so at the age of technically 15, 16, I was out of school. So all my friends were in school and I was home. My only other thing that I could get into was just staying working, but I wasn't 100% sure what I wanted to do with my life. I'm going to fast forward a real long period for you. I got introduced that there is such a thing as a volunteer fire department. Now, none of the people I hung out with in school were ever into anything like that. I just wasn't my group of people, but there was one guy that I knew that I went to school with that was on a wreck one time and came up and talked to me and my friend, and it just so happened that his cousin was driving the car I was in and told me, yeah, no, he's a firefighter. I said, how in the world is he in high school and he's a firefighter? And he's like, well, he's a volunteer firefighter. And I was like, what in the world is a volunteer firefighter? So fast forward some time, I found out what it was. The town I went to school in and lived my life, we ended up moving out and moving to a smaller town in the area. And I said, you know what? No one I went to school with could ever picture me as a firefighter. No one would ever take Joshua Bartley serious. But this small town, this is getting ready to come down. No one here knows me. I can be whatever I want to be. And there will be no preconceived assumptions of who I was, because I was always known as the goofy guy, the clown, not your firefighter type. Alright, so I'm going to fast forward, if this was a movie, through all the boring stuff. I joined the fire department, got really involved in it. I thought it was super cool. Somewhat put on a persona of something that I really wasn't, but you know, I just wanted to fit the mold of what I was faced with. But I loved it. I loved it. I loved feeling like I had a purpose bigger than me, and I love feeling like, and usually in the scariest point in someone's life, you were one of the people that they looked at for help. You know, you had the answers. Which, in all reality, I loved the fighting fire. I did. Got all my basic training, Fire 1, Fire 2, Fire All-Star. Did everything. Really enjoyed it. But I was like, man, fighting fire, there's a lot to it, but you know, you basically put the water on the red stuff. You put the fire out. You know, there's a lot, you know, that goes into it. But man, EMS is interesting to me. You know, everybody's different. Everyone's got different symptoms. Everyone's got different things that they need you for. And I just was interested in it. So, started off as a volunteer. Eventually, it was getting to the point that there was already paid staff in the county, but back in the 90s, it was a real strong volunteer portion that did the EMS, and it just got to the point that, oh, look at this, hold on, all right, let me shut up for a second. I'm getting way off subject. I'm speaking too long, but I promise you it's a good story. We're gonna watch this come down, baby. Come on, baby. All right, that's my last quarter. Aha! Come on, baby. Oh! Isn't that pretty? Stinking cool to watch, honestly. Alright, so we got this one, which is absolutely going to be the hardest one to come down. And still we got this one, but I think that one's going to be easier. And we're getting ready to see a bunch of quarters drop down. Can we get it? Remember, we're still in 2022. I need to finish this year off in the green. Come on, baby. Oh, I'm gonna go down here and collect real quick. Oh, what was that? Unbelievable. Here it comes. Tower number 2 is down officially. This happened a lot quicker than I thought. We just got tower 3 left. Love it. Love it. I'm gonna sit down here for a second just to see if a lot of quarters come off. That's what I was thinking. I'm gonna go ahead and drop just a couple quarters in there because I know that thing is going to be coming down like a stinking typhoon of quarters here in a second. All right, I'm gonna drop a couple more quarters. Now, there's a time limit. I'm not exactly sure what the time limit is. I do know it's a quicker one. I gotta try to focus on getting this down, but worst thing that can happen is getting too many quarters built up and can't get anything else out. Bam! Oh, man! I really wanted enough time to get this story out while I'm still playing, but now I got to focus on playing. Come on, baby, come on. Come on, baby. Oh my goodness gracious. All right. Let me do one more. No, don't do that. Interesting situation to be in. Whoa. Oh my goodness gracious. Holy moly. Two popcorn buckets full of quarters. Alright, so let's get through this super quick. So basically the county I was at, the paid EMS for the county, no one ever left. People got hired there and they never left. So they didn't hire much. When they did hire, it was a lot of people, a lot of competition. A few years went by. Luckily, I made a good reputation. I was actually a chief. I was a rescue chief. And I basically showed something very important, that I put the county above my own hobby. And I made a good reputation with the paid staff. So I got hired on. Once I got hired, I said, I found it. This is my career. This is where I want to be for the rest of my working adult life. And loved it. Now, this isn't a story about my back and all the events that unfolded there. This is about my working career. So years later, after I had been working for going on 10 years, I had a partner that I worked with forever, of whom I consider one of my best friends, and I loved going to work every day. Well, not every day, we didn't work every day, but you know, man. Well, he got a promotion, and one of my biggest attributes was one of my biggest downfalls. I could get along with anybody. Well, they had an employee that worked there that couldn't. So to thank me, they partnered us up because Josh wouldn't complain. All right, guys, we don't have a lot of time left. I know it's getting close. We done went through 20 minutes. Oh man. All right, so basically I'm gonna skip all the stories and get to the point, 'cause I need to tell you all about what's happening here. They partnered me up with someone that had a lot of issues, but however, they had some dirt against the county, and they were afraid to do anything with this person. Well, a year or two goes by. I suspected things, but fast forward, I realized that my partner had a drug habit, a prescription pill drug habit. Oh, this is going to come down. So yes, back in the height of the opioid epidemic, it was affecting everybody. Doctors, paramedics, law enforcement. I've seen so many people, all of the above what I just said, pharmacists, go down from working the inner circle because of prescription medications. Anyways, my partner had into such a bad addiction that was taking medications from patients. Oh! All three are down. That means times three. Times three, whatever I get. Unbelievable. Doesn't matter what happens from this point on. That is a jackpot win until the time is up. All right, guys, let me get through this real quick. So basically, I went through months before I suspected. I didn't know for sure, I suspected it. So I kept an eye out. Well, then once the suspicion came into more, okay, I'm pretty confident this is happening, to save a bunch of legal stuff. I've seen some things that pretty much all signs pointed to yes. I came into the situation. You're taught to handle things within. You're taught to not write people out. You're taught a lot of things. And so have I. And I was definitely not the guy in school that, I was not an innocent person. So the last thing I wanted to do, so at one point on a certain night on a certain call, I seen something I knew without a doubt that what I seen happened. So one of my best friends was a police officer. I went to him and I said, look, this is what I'm suspecting. This is what I think. I really don't want to get involved, but in the same hand, by me not saying things, I am enabling their self-destruction, and I'm allowing these poor patients to get stolen from. And most importantly out of all of that is when this person gets caught, because they will, they're getting too brave, I will go down with them because I didn't see anything. Fast forward to meeting at my house. Had the county commissioner, chief, everyone at my house, explained to them what's going on, was assured without a doubt they suspected what I was telling them, but they just needed somebody honest to say they seen it, because they didn't have anybody. Oh my goodness gracious. So they're going to handle it. Going to give it to the sheriff's department. Wouldn't need anything from me. Well, I'm not going to get into too much detail, but they caught it. They set the person somewhat up, and they caught him red-handed, like literally on camera and in their system and everything else. So I was like, all right, I got a new partner. You know, was thanked. Feel like I wasn't involved. Well, unfortunately, the way things went down, the prosecutor said, wow, we have enough, you can fire the person, and we have enough evidence for other things, but we suspect this person of doing some really wrong. Like, really wrong. So we need to think about jail time. How we're going to do that is that gentleman that was our partner needs to testify in court of what he's seen. So although I was promised everything under the sun, probably the next day after that become a thing. Washington, D.C., I was front page of the newspaper, front page of the news station, Fox, ABC, all of them. So what I was trying to be private about and hoping I didn't need any involvement, everybody knew. So basically, guys, although I morally, ethically, I knew I did the right thing, it just wasn't me. There wasn't the attention that I wanted to get. So testifying about 20 times in court. Everybody that's worked in fire and EMS, law enforcement, know, even though it can be a big community, it's a very small community, everybody knows everything. So I hated it. I hated it enough that I never let the resentment down, and I ended up leaving 2 years later. After all that happened, everything that was fun about that job was gone, and although people forgot about it, I never did. And I went to work for the railroad. Yes, I ended up going back, but I say all that because that was an interesting moment in my life. I hated the situation I was in. I hated the situation, you know, of damn if I do, damn if I don't. Well, we're going to fast forward. It's time, guys. I didn't even get my full story out. All right, I'll finish it up. Let me get everything cleared up here. Definitely. Oh, this is going to hurt. Oh, we got 2 cups completely full. Let's get this finished up. I'll tell you what's happening here, and we'll finish this video out. Well, that worked out just fabulous. Alright guys, so I've made you wait long enough. I'm going to get into a little bit of the story. I will forewarn some of the details going to be continued, a little bit more details to come. But I told you that story earlier because I wanted you to get a mindset of where I was at. My mindset basically was I don't want no parts of that stuff. Well, I got a phone call a few months ago. Started to explain to me what they were thinking, and I instantly asked, please, 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 whatever you can handle without me, please do. I really don't want any involvement in this. I've been down this road before and it doesn't work out good. However, I'm at your all's mercy. So if you need me to do something, I will, but whatever you can possibly do without me, please do. only thing they asked of me was to keep the original footage of everything that I had. Start double documenting what the playing field was, the date, and how much the buy-in was supposed to be, and then how much I won. The way things are going, there's a reason why, because it sounds like an oxymoron. Well, if you didn't want to get any involvement, why are you explaining any of this on film? And there's a reason for that too, believe me. It's not that I want clickbait or another thing, but there's a reason. But the way things are looking, I think you can kind of get an idea. There's opportunity there if somebody wanted to try to skim a little bit here, skim a little bit there. You know, what it's supposed to be with buy-ins and what I'm told is two different numbers. So as things unfold, I'll fill you in a little bit more. But hence, that's the reason why my uploading schedule is all over the place. And I know for you all on YouTube, you're probably thinking, what happened? He just stopped caring about us at all, and it had nothing to do with that. It's literally, I'm down to one person right now, Isaiah, to come up here and sit with me, and he only has a certain amount of free days. So with the me going live and things like that, I didn't have a lot of time to work this out. But things are getting resolved. I will tell you this, so far the way it's looking, as long as things don't go too deep and too crazy, nothing's going to be handled legally, thankfully. And if things were going to be handled legally, obviously I couldn't even be talking about this. And again, there's a reason why this is getting brought up, and it's somewhat from the person that did it wanted me to bring this up. So I probably got you real lost. To be continued, guys. As I know more throughout the next couple of videos, I'll explain what I'm going to explain. But yeah, so basically that's what's been happening. Basically someone up here, you know, and sometimes get in weird situations and you see opportunities that you think you can get something from it, and you know, greed, money, man, bottom dollar, it can get us all at certain times. So you know, it is what it is. To be continued with that. All right, guys, $1,500 is what it cost me to play today's game. If we got all three towers down, we had a ×3 multiplier, which somehow I managed to do it in the time. Cash for today, $520. Chips, $525. That gives us a total of $1,045. ×3 multiplier, this is where it gets awesome. That is $3,135 minus the $1,500 buy-in. That leaves us in the green, $1,635. I told you guys I just needed to stay in the green long enough for 2023 to get here so I can end the year finally positive and things. It's almost there. We almost got it. 8 grams of gold at $57 per gram, roughly the value of it. That's $456 in gold. However, I will be taking the gold instead of the cash, and we had a $100 buy-in chip. Guys, thank you so much. I hope you really enjoyed this. If you did, you can help me out tremendously by liking, leaving a comment, sharing this video, and be excited for the new videos coming out. I'll make a promise to you, 2023, things will get back to the old uploading schedule, more of a one-day, Wednesday, Saturday, instead of the way things are going now. But just had some bugs to work out here, and I couldn't be very vocal about it, so things just worked out that way. Thank you, guys. If you enjoyed this, check out one of these videos and stay tuned. Towards the weekend, we have a couple more awesome videos coming your way.